I've been infatuated with guitars, with Stratocasters, with Telecasters, with Fender guitars, Charvel guitars. I mean, that whole thing since I was a child. I mean, my earliest memories are of rock bands and influential guitar players. I mean, from the time I was like 14 when I got my first one until I got into my first bands when I was like 15, 16 years old, all the way up until now. It's been the constant in my life that has never changed. I was totally stoked to even just have the Strat because, you know, we came up with the compound fretboard radius and the different contour on the body and all that stuff, and it's killer. I love my Strats. They're amazing, and they're a different animal from the Tele, which makes it valid, you know. So Alex sent me, just out of the blue, he sent me this white Jazzmaster with a flame maple fretboard on it, and it had my signature specs. And I was like, this is interesting. And I kind of blew it off because I was so into the Strats at the time. And I was in Iowa and I didn't have all my guitars with me. My guitars tend to get spread out sometimes because of the two bands. You know, some will be at the Slipknot warehouse, or some will be, you know, like shipped to Australia or whatever. But I didn't have enough guitars with me to do all the tunings that we had for Stone Sour, so I grabbed that white Jazzmaster and took it to rehearsal. I did the entire rehearsal with that guitar, and it felt so comfortable. It completely changed my opinion of that guitar. Like, all of a sudden that instantly became my absolute favorite guitar. I started blowing him up. This guitar is awesome. You need to make me a black one. I want a red one. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I had all these ideas, and we just started throwing ideas around for months and months and months. I'm in Slipknot, okay? We tour a lot, and there's a lot of things getting thrown around on stage. If I had a really shiny, beautiful custom paint job that was just really amazing, it would get destroyed within a matter of months on the road, you know. What I like about these finishes is they're very simple, they're very roadworthy, it's classic. They lend themselves to taking on the characteristics of the player. Very quickly, it'll start to show you where you like to rest your arm, how you grab your volume knob, you know, how often you're down here messing with the pickup selector, you know. It's a big, giant, heavy Jazzmaster because it's mahogany. You know, I love mahogany. It's just a really great tone wood for recording and for live. For the heavier music that we're doing, I don't need all that brightness and brilliance, and that's part of the reason I shied away from the maple boards a little bit. So we did mahogany just as we did, and it's got a weird contour. It's not as contoured as a regular Jazzmaster. It's very thick and boxy, kinda, but it still has like the belly cut and, you know, the arm cut, you know, so it is still comfortable, you know, while it's hanging off you on stage. Did the EMGs too, and I went with the brushed aluminums on the black guitar because it looks killer, it kind of pops. One volume knob, of course, three-way selector like I like, keep it simple. Compound fretboard radius like the Strats, so you can get the action right down on top of the frets if you want. Jumbo frets, ebony board, rock maple neck. It's got the contour in the neck heel so you can reach, and that's the other thing too, is you can really reach that 21st fret easy on this guitar. You know, like sometimes the Teles and the Strats, it's kind of hard to get up there and grab 22 and bend it up. I love these guitars. They're just amazing.